In May of 2010, Peter Mensch showed up in Belfast and called a meeting.
As you know, Mark and Tony have for years championed the fact that we should do, first it was an IMAX movie of a show, and then it probably morphed away from IMAX to 3D, or I morphed.
It was always 3D IMAX.
3D IMAX. The little known secret is Metallica turned me down, and then it stuck with me for months, like gnawing at my soul.
I mean, this is just way above and beyond anything this band has ever dealt with.
Yes.
If we want, we get the writers of Mamma Mia in here.
I got enough phone calls from people going, you know that idea you talked to us about? Metallica 3D movie, it's a great idea.
In typical Peter Mensch style, he was persistent, and we caved. And so, here we are.
We use the word epic to describe this movie, and it really is epic. And there haven't been very many movies ever in history like this. So we've been having quite an interesting time even describing the movie to people. Like for the longest time, it would come out, concert movie. And I would say, it's not a concert movie. It's a narrative movie in which a concert takes place.
This movie's gonna be so fucking expensive. No one's thinking about how we're gonna make the money back. I don't even know how we're gonna break even.
I know what the budget is. What's the budget?
Exactly.
Well, wait a second. The budget was $15 million.
Well, you know what?
Saying 17.
Guess what? You know that line, $15 million? Look behind you.
Peter Mensch had this vision in terms of bringing in a lot of the imagery from the album covers.
He had an idea for a stage that had all these what do you call them, effects.
He said, what if we took the Snake Pit from the Black Album? What if we took Doris, the Lady Justice, and brought her back on? What if we took all of these great things, which I called the greatest bits, not the greatest hits, and put them all together onto one stage?
We have worked with Metallica probably for 20 years, building their shows. We build all of the top touring rock and roll shows that tour throughout the world. When nobody's really done it before and you're designing things to be shot in 3D, there was a lot of unknown.
It takes a while to wrangle them all and get them up onto the stage, but when they go, they are perfect. They were incredible.
We have a Tesla coil, and no one's ever had that before.
The electric chair was Dan Brown's idea. We always knew that we had a really good image that we never really used, which was the electric chair from Ride the Lightning.
I had mentioned a lot of things that I wanted to do. Cliff Burton showing up in a hologram or something like that. You know, let's take this to another level, and just kept hearing, no, that can't be done, no, that can't be done. And the Tesla coils was one of those things, you know. Can't we have real electricity? And everyone just said, no, it's fucking dangerous, all right? It's deadly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody was absolutely knocked out. I mean, it was just like, oh my God, we can actually do that.
There's a guy sitting down there, you know, he's like, okay, okay, okay. And if, you know, it's not okay, you know, get out, you know.
That was cool.
Well, I think we have a lot of people maybe who weren't born when Doris was first around, I'm not sure.
What we call Doris, or damage justice, that's one of our very first big effects that we did on a Metallica headline tour.
The idea that you're going to build a 35-foot sculpture during a song and knock it over and have it look real and believable is a very difficult thing to do. And the first thing you have to do is figure out, as you're building it, how the hell do you hold it together?
I think at this point, most of the people know she's going to fall down. But trying to create that illusion, even if it's for just a brief second, that what we're doing is very, very real.
All right, I'm going to do the large position of this, all right?
great about it, though, in a live show process, it's still, you just never know what could happen.
She's so unpredictable. Sometimes she falls, sometimes she doesn't.
Justice is lost, justice is rigged, justice is gone. Pulling your strings, justice is gone.
Stuff like this takes a lot of time to develop, to put together. I know our production team has been working on this for a couple years, just building the stage.
So the stage is amazing. I did some tests because they have a lot of media in the stage. And I wanted to make sure that the media would work and there wouldn't be flicker or any problems there. So that was incredibly fun, I will say.
When we make music and it's just, James and I, or James and I and Kirk and Rob or whatever in a small room, it's just not super complicated. These types of undertakings, they involve so many different people. And I feel like a lot of times I'm the one that's kind of caught in the middle, trying to have the neutral overview of all of them and try to figure out what's best.
We had a really very good time in Fresno. We picked up and moved down the block to Oakland, and at that point, the band came in to see this.
For the most part, it's the coolest stage that we've ever been on. I mean, hands down.
It's pretty intense. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look at, how to cover the whole thing.
I have a little list, my roadie keeps is like, hey, remember, you got to be at mic 7 for this thing, and, mic 12 for this part. Obviously, there's some first things first up there. Tell me where the flames are gonna come up, all right? It's like, you have to stand here or else you're gonna catch on fire. I get that.
I work with a remarkable band of guys who are passionate about what they do. And I spend a lot more time watching them than they can imagine, trying to figure out, they never go over in this corner, why not? Is something uneven? Are they uncomfortable with the way the lights are in their eyes and they can't see where they're going?
Where the screens went up in one felt early to me.
Lars has a vision that is unbelievable. He is so connected to his fan base that when he looks at me and says, this doesn't feel right, I instantly know it's not right.
This is how we should leave the show. We all hop in and say, thank you, good night, goodbye, welcome. Kirk, look at me. And then we go onto the stage and we're done.
Leading up to Mexico, the show wasn't ready. No one knew if the Tesla coil would fire. No one knew if Doris would fall. No one knew if anything was going to properly work. Despite a couple of weeks of production rehearsals in California and the band being there, and there just wasn't enough time because that is a gargantuan production. This is the largest indoor production in the history of touring.
Peter, one of our managers, had a clear vision that the toilet was going to be great. And call it age or being in a band 30 years, having a toilet come down at the end of your show, it's like, really? It was just too damn clean before. I had to get in there and tag it with metal up your ass. So at least it gave it a little more of a garage feel.
It was great, man. It was like driving a new car that you've never driven. You've stared at it for weeks now and haven't been able to actually get into it. But tonight was the night where we were actually able to get into the vehicle and drive it. And it was fantastic.
We've been playing in the middle of the arena for the better part of 20 years. It's a lot of fun. 148 years old. Every time you get up on stage, it's a lot of fun because the fact that you actually can climb up the stairs, is a minor miracle in itself.
There was a couple moments with the pyro, which is so incredible and powerful. I was like, are we sure that this stuff is working correctly because it's so scary?
It's such a powerful feeling to know that you're surrounded by all of this danger, but it's working in your direction. It's working with you to bring an amazing visual experience for people watching it.
The 8 dress rehearsal shows in Mexico City, you're just dealing with pockets of North America that has a lot of Metallica love.
A lot of guys have not worked with Metallica, don't understand the passionate relationship between the band and the audience. I can guarantee you that everybody on the crew, after being in Mexico City, understands what that relationship is.
It felt like an earthquake. For me, the first minute, I was actually scared because the stage was bouncing. For a second, I'm thinking, are we safe? I mean...
Mexico City is very crazy.
See the cyclone fence? That was insane. Yeah, they were like up against the cyclone fence.
There was a guy, he kept giving me the sign of the cross. And he'd headbang and he'd, great. Bless me, please, I need it.
Chiapas, el mejor show del mundo y toda la historia. Metal up your ass.
There's more flames, there's more lasers, there's more explosions, there's more props than they've ever done in. Right.
Happy birthday!
Another thing that the fans may not understand is that there's a real art to being able to perform live. There's another art to being able to perform live and being able to deliver on camera at the same time. Bands can play live very well. Bands can make music videos very well when they're on a set and there's not an audience there. But being able to perform live while being filmed live is really a difficult task, and they were able to do it.
You look around and there's 20,000 people pouring their hearts out to you, and we're sharing this experience together. It's very, very cool. It's a lot of fun.
We watched the most loving fans and the most loving band, and they just came together.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me devil trying to side.
In my mind, I'm thinking this is the most metal moment I could ever think of. You know, as a 14-year-old kid standing in front of the mirror trying to be Michael Schenker, and now I'm up there on stage and flames are all around me and people are just losing their minds.
I mean, it's amazing, you know? I mean, it's the whole world of it all, and like these guys, I mean, they really are legends, you know? And you see, with seeing Robert play, even on stage, but then when you get that close to him, like you realize he really does have like such a presence, you know, and such a style, and he's just, he does it like better than anyone else.
Did you have some fun tonight? If you did, follow me. Hut, 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 hut.
I haven't seen everything. We're so in this picture, you know, that we can't see everything. So I'd love to be a fan and be able to see all of this once it's done. And besides that, go in and see the reaction of people around us being blown away by the effort put in by all.
Ready, and go!
I think Nimrod came in with a really clear vision of what he wanted to accomplish. To do something that was truly original for the band, that showcased a lot of who they were and what their music represented for their fans.
Morning. What's going on, guys?
I think we've got something special, and I don't think anybody else is going to be doing something like this.
3 glasses for everyone. You guys are going to be in 13.
I'm pretty proud of us and everyone who has put their blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. because there have been a lot of people. And Metallica, I tell you, we got the most awesome crew in the world. They are the hardest working crew in rock and roll.
Metallica loves you!
Aspettavo quel momento da tutta la vita. Il momento in cui tutto comincia ad avere un senso.
C'è un camion fermo senza benzina in città, trasporta roba che serve alla band stasera e tu me la devi riportare, ok? Sai che cosa fare.
Un'altra sera, un altro concerto. Faccio quello che mi dicono. Vado dove mi mandano. Ma certe volte il momento che cambia tutto è quello che non avevi previsto.